Hey, I've just returned home from a very long and sweaty day out to find that there has been a Nintendo Switch Indie World Showcase. Now, I thought I'd record my just standard whimsy and drag it into the corner of the screen. Um, it's I, like many other people, really would like to see a full direct, but I'm not going to complain about it like many of the comments have. That said, I'm pretty sure that 90% of the comments underneath this video are taking the mick out of people who complain that there's not a new announcement to do with a Smash character or any more stuff to do with Zelda or Metroid and so on and so forth. In fact, I'm kind of happy about this because I've tuned out of indie games for a while, and you're probably about to see that because I might look at some games and think, wow, that looks great, and it might have been on Steam for about 3 or 4 years already. And they'll say, wow, this classic from PC is finally coming to Nintendo Switch. And but I haven't watched this yet. I know nothing about what's in it. And I'm looking forward to this. So let's crack on. Oh, lost my earplug. Not actual gameplay footage, which is a shame because that looks pretty awesome. I have a feeling we're going to see a lot of that. It's a Nintendo fixture, isn't it? When it comes to announcing games a long time in advance. I don't actually recognise this yet, but as I said, this could be something that's got a lot of people going, oh, yes, it's finally here in Nintendo Switch. We'll see.
Again. Got you that time.
Hades.
On behalf of our small team at Supergiant Games, I am really excited to announce our roguelike dungeon crawler Hades is coming to Nintendo Switch. You play as the immortal prince of the underworld, trying to escape hell. And each time you die, it's like coming home. You advance the story, get stronger, and gear up for your next escape attempt. It's a game you can sink dozens of hours into, and if you've already done so on PC, you'll be able to transfer your progress to the Nintendo Switch version with cross-saves.
Oh!
So if you like the fast-paced action, rich
Has that happened before?
and character-driven
So a game that you can
storytelling
play on
of
your
our past
PC can be
titles like
passed over
Bastion
to
and
the Switch?
Transistor, we think you'll find something to love in Hades.
They're going to show some
Hi
footage.
everyone, and welcome to Indie World. I look forward at some games making their way to Nintendo Switch. I'm Mariko.
And I'm Tyler.
Oh
And that
no,
is a
are we
look
going to
into
have
the
this
Greek
dialogue throughout the
mythology
whole of
inspired
this
dungeon crawler,
this
Hades,
thing?
from Supergiant
This is going to be
Games.
cheesy as
In this
fudge, isn't
game,
it?
you'll ally with members of the Greek pantheon, wield truly legendary weapons, and fight your way through the underworld as you attempt to escape the god of the dead.
Unleash the fury of Olympus when Hades makes its system debut on Nintendo
don't know.
Switch this fall.
But what gets me most excited about that is the
Wow,
fact that
Artico,
the cross saves
wait,
and
back in the 90s? It's so radical.
radical.
With all of its groovy GIFs, animated mouse pointers, and amazingly useful toolbars,
GIFs?
Hypnospace Outlaw is a portal back to the early days of the internet.
You mean GIF, right? Scour the darkest corners of the net.
Yes, very
find
good.
Computer viruses and hunt down hackers and other virtual villains as you seek to crack cases on the digital streets of Hypnospace.
You won't have to wait long to start cruising through cyberspace. Hypnospace Outlaw launches August 27th on Nintendo Switch.
I haven't got a
You
clue.
pre-purchase the game or download a demo of it from Nintendo eShop later today.
I'm not entirely sure what I saw there, but I might have to get that demo if it's free now. I think that might have made my evening. Kitten kitchen simulator or something.
It's okay, we'll be together, my friend.
Looks very pretty, but there is absolutely no indication of what kind of game that is.
In this
Oh, here we go.
cozy management game, make some lasting memories before you have to say a final farewell to those not long for this world.
As a Spiritfarer Stella, help the spirits of the dead make their way into the afterlife by transporting them across the seas on your handcrafted ferry.
Oh, that's really sad. I know
Befriend
games would
passengers,
address like
customize
this
your
kind of
boat.
things, but
Explore an imaginative world, or just go wherever the wind takes you. While you may be transporting your spirit friends to the afterlife, it doesn't mean you can't have a little fun along the way.
You'll be
doesn't
able to
sound
set
like fun
sail
at
very
all.
soon, as Spiritfarer makes its maiden voyage on Nintendo Switch later today.
the end of Zelda Champion's Ballad made me upset enough. A whole game that's about death. It looked very pretty though, but I'm in no hurry to play it. Eight-bit Animal Crossing. I'm not a massive fan of these sort of sandboxy games because
I'm Picogram, the developer for Garden Story. One of my goals for Garden Story is to inspire community stewardship and showcase the
I
importance
like
of
my
coming
games to
together
finish.
help one
I-
another when
in-
times get tough.
what
I hope
really
players
bugs
enjoy
me
the world that I've created and perhaps
is
learn
that
to call it a home away from
I
home.
have to abandon
Hi,
all of
I'm
my
Jenny
work
from
at the end
Roasty
of
Games.
it.
We're proud to be working with Picogram to bring this game to life.
I
and
could sink
super
hundreds
excited
of
to
hours
announce
into
Garden
something
Story will be
just to
coming
let my
Nintendo Switch, which means you'll be
gardens
able to hang with
overgrow
family friends both at home
and
on
my
the go.
buildings to collapse, and it just feels like
The time
such
is
a
right,
waste of time.
and
I
there's
feel
a
like the
community
only
to save
person
in the
on earth
wholesome
not
action
to
adventure
have
game,
Animal
Garden
Crossing
Story.
and have no desire to
While
do so.
newly
And I think
appointed
this is
Guardian Concord
similar.
may only be a grape fresh off the vine, it's up to them to help rebuild their community and stave off the dangerous rot.
Cultivate friendships, gather precious resources, and restore buildings to help unite the Grove, so everyone can enjoy the fruits of their labor together.
Garden Story will bloom on Nintendo Switch.
However, this
next
does
year.
seem to be a very popular
You've crash landed on an
indie
alien
kind of
world,
thing.
and the
It's
only
a
way
simple
to go is down.
format, and every
Surrounded
developer
by
is
water
hoping
on
to be
all
the one
sides,
that charms
dive into
everyone
the
and
depths
becomes
of
the next
Subnautica's
big craze.
vast oceans to collect resources, craft underwater structures, and uncover just what happened to this watery world.
If you really want to delve deep, build your own submarine and discover the exotic flora and fauna that call this planet home. Just watch out for some of the more aggressive animals that may not take kindly to your expeditions.
And for explorers seeking a frozen adventure, the sequel, Subnautica Below Zero, will have divers trying to survive the frigid temperatures of Planet 4546b. Subnautica and Subnautica Below Zero will both launch on Nintendo Switch next year.
This animation style really is something, Ariko.
As young game designer to be, Takeshi, your goal is to entertain your little brother Hiroshi with the latest chapter of your game in this charming RPG.
Choose the monsters that Hiroshi faces on his quest and craft cool challenges, but don't make things too difficult. You'll need to strike a delicate balance to make your game a truly unforgettable adventure.
Discover this heartwarming tale of brotherly bonding when Takeshi and Hiroshi launches on Nintendo Switch.
I probably
later
shouldn't say
today.
this, but she doesn't sound like an Ariko, does she? I was about to say it looked very Prince of Persia, but it looks more like a
Hi, I'm Shruti
A
Ghosh,
journey.
one of the co-founders and art directors at Nodding Heads Games. I'm here to talk to you about our very first title, Raji, an Ancient Epic. Raji is an action-adventure game set in ancient India that dives deep into the rich tapestry of Indian culture, taking inspiration from Hindu and Balinese mythology. All of us here at the studio have grown up hearing such wonderful Hindu tales of epic proportions, surrounded by architectural marvels and the vast diversity India has to offer. We hope you'll enjoy playing Raji as much as we have loved and enjoyed making it.
Defend the world against the forces of the mighty demon lord in Raji, an Ancient Epic.
In this intense action-adventure, mastering divine weapons such as the fearsome Sharanga bow and the three-pronged Trishula is vital to your survival.
With a striking art based on ancient Pahari paintings
Yo.
and the medieval architecture of Rajasthan, this is an adventure unlike any you've seen before.
Sorry, someone called me
Polish your
downstairs.
weapons and get ready to battle when Raji, an Ancient Epic, releases later today as a timed console exclusive on Nintendo Switch.
This looks quite pretty, actually.
From
Normally everyone's
decorating
real
the
savage,
rooms to
hacking each other
attracting new customers
apart.
to managing your guests, there's barely a
bazaars
dull moment in quaint
when it comes
management
to
adventure.
any media that
Bear and
covers
breakfast.
old India.
As fresh-faced innkeeper Hank, it's your job to turn this dilapidated
That's
shack
much better.
into a thriving B&B.
Customize each room to your heart's content. Increase your establishment's reputation. And watch as customers flood in to stay at your little slice of paradise. Did we mention Hank's a bear?
Just be careful about what dwells deep within the forest as your business expands. You never know what secrets are hiding out there in the wilderness.
Be among the first to book your reservation when Bear and Breakfast launches on Nintendo Switch as a timed console exclusive next year.
Lace up your walking boots, Ariko. We're going on a hike.
Explore the peaceful mountain landscapes of Hawk Peak Provincial Park in a short hike, a game all about going at your own pace.
Whether you stick to the marked trails or go a wandering through the backcountry, there's plenty to discover as you take in the world around you. You could even find some treasure hidden off the beaten path.
Make sure to say hi to the other hikers making their way around
Not sure
the
how I
park
feel
too.
about how this one looks.
They're bound to lend
because
you a helping hand. You can even go
there are
for a
games
jaunt
that
on the
look
water,
very
should the mood
pixelated
strike you.
as a stylistic
You'll
choice.
be able to hit the trail very soon
Which look very
as
nice.
a short hike launches later today
that one
on
looks
Nintendo Switch
like it
as a timed console exclusive.
genuinely had a problem. Something that was genuinely outdated. But apparently it's available later, so perhaps I'll be proven wrong.
Bonjour. My name is Nikolai Toshinsky. I am delighted to present to you Card Shark, the new game from Nerial, the team that brought you reigns, kings and queens. On Card Shark, I have two roles. I am both the artist and the card sheet. As a wild card of its genre, our game will teach you real card tricks and manipulations. We are thrilled to bring Card Shark to the Nintendo Switch.
They're all aces, aren't they?
successfully
handled
sent
that really
your way to
poorly.
the
You could
top
see
of
that a few
18th
times.
century French society in Card Shark, a new adventure that's all about playing your cards right.
As you move from the parlor to the king's table, build up your array of card tricks and use your ill-gotten gains to buy your way into some truly high-stakes games.
Just make sure you don't get caught. Your fellow gamesters do not take kindly to cheaters.
Card Shark will make its opening gambit on Nintendo Switch next year.
Sorry if I look tired. I said it's been a long day. So it goes to show how uninterested I am in a game, doesn't it? If I'm instead apologising for how I look tiny in the corner of the screen.
Fame, glory, and gear await in the land
It's not
of
like you're
Novestria,
watching me, is it?
and it's up to you and fellow heroes of the frontier to go and find them.
Set a century after the events of the previous game, Torchlight 3 tasks you with delving into the foul dungeons of Alburn to take on powerful foes and collect more precious treasure.
For those who wish to flaunt their glittering hoard, you can build your own forts, where you can upgrade and show off your gear to the world.
And animal lovers will be happy to know that pets make their return, complete with their own skill sets to assist you on your journey for even shinier plunder.
Your legend awaits when Torchlight 3 comes to Nintendo Switch this fall. And when it does, adventurers on Nintendo Switch
none of these
will get
games
this
would be
exclusive
complete
Red
without
Fairy pet.
cute animals.
I don't know about
Not
you,
including
Tyler, but I
not a
feel like I'm
creepy
in an
red fairy.
optical illusion.
Manifold Garden draws inspiration from physics-defying artworks to create some truly mind-bending puzzles where gravity is yours to manipulate.
You'll need to change your perspective if you hope to navigate through these infinitely repeating structures. Don't worry about falling infinitely, though. Gravity will bring you right back where you started, should you take a wrong turn.
Wrap your head around these perspective-twisting puzzles soon.
As Manifold Garden releases later today on Nintendo Switch.
That looks cool, I must say. I'm gonna have to check that out. That game sort of looked like Res to me with all of its geography, and that's one of my favourite games. I know it's completely unrelated because that's a puzzle, but that did look awesome.
Hi, my name is Kent. I'm the director of Evergate.
And I'm Cynthia, and I'm the lead artist on Evergate. Evergate has been a passion project for the last 4 years. It is a dreamlike 2D puzzle platformer set in the afterlife where you must guide a childlike spirit named Key on a journey through life, death, space, and time.
With Evergate, we wanted to introduce a fresh, new mechanic, the Soul Flame, that gives players an extraordinary flexibility in how they navigate the afterlife, while also giving an experience with heartfelt emotion that we hope
back
will
the
touch players
afterlife
with
again.
its innocence and humanity.
It's a heck of a
Thank you
lot
to
of
everyone who has supported us
post-death
in
stuff
making this dream a
involved.
reality. We are extremely excited to be bringing Evergate to the Nintendo Switch.
Apparently that tugs at everyone's
Help
heartstrings.
Key traverse the afterlife in Evergate, a haunting
creates a
yet
cult
beautiful
hit.
adventure from Stone Lantern Games.
As you journey through this ethereal world, use Key's powerful soul flame to slow down time and unleash the unexpected powers hidden within the mysterious crystals that dot the landscape.
With clever use of the Soul Flame, unlock the power of multiple crystals to solve challenging puzzles.
Experience this touching story about two kindred spirits when Evergate launches later today on Nintendo Switch. It's almost time for us to wrap this up, but before we go, here's a quick glimpse at even more indie games that our partners from around the world are currently hard at work on. Let's check them out.
Twister for Switch.
God, your eyes are blue.
And that's our show. Thank you so much to all of... Was that you, Tyler?
Oh no, they're loose!
Roll the trailer. Roll the trailer!
I think it's incredible how this has become our and finally. Oh, amazing. Well, this would have made the game a lot simpler.
Is it over?
Love it.
As always, it was a pleasure.
By the way, we're hosting an indie sale over on Nintendo eShop on Nintendo Switch right now, including discounts on some of the games we showed in this presentation. Make sure to check it out later today. On
Maybe
behalf
I
of
will.
everyone at Nintendo, a big thank you to all of our amazing partners and developers who are hard at
I
work
have to
bringing
say
their labors
that the
of love
Untitled
to
Goose Game
Nintendo
update,
Switch.
I'm
And
slightly
of course,
underwhelmed by,
thanks to
as,
all
as
of you
fun
out
as
there
that
for
looked,
tuning in.
because there were
Until
areas
next
I
time,
remember playing
Happy gaming.
that were shut off. You could see more town beyond, and I thought, I really hope that one day we'll be able to get through that door. And so for its downloadable content to be two-player mode is a bit underwhelming for me, but it looks fun nonetheless. I quite enjoyed that. There are a few things that interested me. I can't really add to that, can I? Just that everyone keeps dying, but rather incredibly, they seem to be the best games. And there was a really good puzzle game that is so good, I've forgotten its name already. Manifold Garden, I think. Anyway, you have just watched 25 minutes of me going, at games. Now go out and get some fresh air. You need it. I need it. Goodbye.